Hello everyone, I'm Draken Wasp, and this time I want to go over a little bit on Code Vein. In this video I kind of want to go over how I think it looks fun and whatnot, but it still may not be for everybody, even fans of, like, say, the Souls genre and those type of games that, rely on kind of difficulty and kind of that progression and whatnot as well. So I kind of want to go over that and go over some different little points to give my little thoughts on it over there. So first of all, I want to say the game, it is fun. This is from the gameplay from the network test that actually did end up getting into, but I hadn't really put up any gameplay or that on it. But anyways, it's fun. I will say this, it definitely, like, I know you hear a lot of reports of it feeling kind of clunky, a little floaty. Those are definitely true. For me, it's not too bad in general. You can definitely feel it. You can definitely feel kind of it being kind of clunky and almost delayed in some of your actions, some of the things that you do in general, but it's still pretty fun. And that's one of the things I think that's going to be a bit off-putting for a lot of people, is it's not always going to be as it is pretty responsible, but it's not always going to feel exactly how you're wanting it to feel, and just the weight and how everything kind of looks in that in general. So that's one of the things that's actually the major thing I think people are not really going to like too much about this one. I will say this, it's on the gameplay standpoint, when you're just looking at videos, watching videos and whatnot in general, it does look, I guess you could say, it does look slow. It does look kind of slow paced, a little bit, it looks slow and it does actually look clunky. But I will say this, it looks that way, but actually plays a little bit better. It actually plays better than it looks, if you want to trust me on that one. And one of the reasons why I say that is because when you actually get your hands on it, you look at the things you can do and whatnot, there's actually a lot of customization they have in there. There's a lot of things you can do with your abilities, your blood codes, and then you also have your blood veils as well, and just the different weapons you can collect and whatnot. So all those kind of tie into different builds and things that seem interesting, maybe pretty fun to actually experiment and play with as well. One of the things I will kind of use an example as far as how it looks versus how it feels to play it is this is a very loose example, so just bear with me. It's like Doom 2016. When you look at that game, it looks fast. I mean, it just looks fast. But when you actually play it, it plays much faster. I mean, I know it's kind of hard to really explain. That's the best way I can kind of explain it. It looks fast, but when you play it, it actually, for something like Doom, it looks fast, but when you play it, it plays faster. Same thing in this case there, except it just looks kind of slow, may look a little bit clunky and whatnot in general, but it plays a lot better than what it looks from what you're seeing in the videos and that. But there is still, those iffiness on the controls and the clunkiness and just kind of how the game looks and whatnot in general. So I think that's one of the things that's going to kind of turn off a lot of people from actually playing this one. That, and just a lot of people just aren't allowed. I know this has definitely been kind of sold as sort of like an anime Souls general, but in a lot of ways it is. I think there is still a lot of things here that actually kind of separate itself from being different enough to where it's it's kind of stands out on its own game, because it is from the makers of the God Eater series. So they've kind of incorporated their own like little style and flair to it, and when you really look at it, there is actually a lot you can do. One thing I knew will be kind of disappointing for a lot of people is when you're leveling up, you just level up your overall character. You don't actually pick like certain attributes to points to level up or anything. You just have like one general level. You level up and let that be it. So I know that's definitely going to be one thing that some people are not really going to like too much. On the offset of that, they do have things like your blood codes. You can get various blood codes from other. I guess you get them from other characters. It seems like in the beta you get one from a character and that. But you do get different blood codes, and those give you different abilities. And when you look into the actual trees of that, there's actually a lot you can do with those codes, and some of the different playstyles. I can definitely see some of the different playstyles and how it would affect in different builds and where you want to go and how you want to do things and that in general. So it looks interesting from that standpoint. The story-wise, to me, the story is interesting. I would say that you would honestly, they did release a trailer. I think it was a long while back that did just about spoil the entire thing. So I would definitely kind of avoid that trailer if all possible. But it is pretty old one, so you'd actually pretty much have to be going out looking for it at this point. But the story looks interesting to me. I know it's another one that a lot of people aren't going to be really into that much. It wasn't really, story wasn't a big part of any of the sort of Dark Souls games. Really, it wasn't really up front and center. They are definitely giving it this one being in the forefront with the story and how things are going to play out and whatnot. And you even have like cutscenes and this, that, and the other. So that looks interesting to me. As honestly, just almost the story and very loosely almost the story and even the gameplay and whatnot. And this is probably one of the closest things we'll get to an actual like surf of the end game. And if everybody was a vampire, of course. But anyways, that's just kind of what my thoughts on it are. Like I said, it's going to be pretty fun to me. What I've played of the beta. Or the network test, it was fun. Like I said, they do have some, what everybody says about it being kind of clunky and whatnot is kind of true, and I can definitely see where that would be off-putting to a bunch of people, how they would kind of interpret that, and really not like how it doesn't seem as smooth as it should be in general. But like I said, it looks rough, but it plays a lot better than the way it looks. But I know that's it still definitely has some of its problems in that. So hopefully they can work out a lot of that, before it comes out. They did give a release date during E3, and it does come out September 27th. So I am going to be looking forward to that. And that's all I have for today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below if you did play the network test. If not, just let me know what you think of the videos and things that you've seen. Say, hey, it looks pretty fun, and it doesn't really look that fun at all. But that's it. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, has a blessed day. If you did like this video, then a like would be appreciated. If not, that's perfectly fine. If you do like this content or any other content I do put up, then you can hit the subscribe button. Other than that, I will talk to everybody in the next video. Bye.